What's up, YouTube? Listen, I was doing some thinking here, and man, I just hit the floor with it. I hit the floor with these thoughts, and I had to make this video, and it's a difficult one. It's a tough one to make because the question had come to me like this, right? At what point, we go through all this tough crap in life, and things happen, and we're told, use what didn't break you to make you better, to build yourself up, to become stronger. But at what point at what point do things just happen? Like, what point is too much too much? I get it. Rock bottom's the floor. I understand. Trust me. But when is it time to say enough's enough with life? Dang, guys. Like, I'm talking about the struggle, not necessarily in the sense of like completely calling your life quits, but in the sense of, the struggle. Like, how much is too much? Because we've been doing this a while. We've been doing this for years, and I don't understand what else there is to do. I understand it's up to us to make our own plays and consistently make moves and trust the process. I get that. But man, it is so hard to move forward when every step you take is like stepping on needles. I think that one, for me, hurts the most. And in my life, it's incredibly crucial that I submit to, understand, surround myself with the positive content out there. That is the content that really keeps you going. But if you're not in a good spot, a good space, I gotta be honest, it's hard. It's not easy. It's not something you can just, really enjoy. But I get it. I know I talk a lot of positivity on this channel. Like, I don't struggle, but I have days. We all have days. But like I said, at what point is it too much? Too much for you to bear, too much for you to handle? At what point do we have to say to ourselves, man, we really gotta be nice to ourselves and take it easy for a while? Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like the end goal, we can't see it because it's all about the process, right? And I enjoy that, but why do we live in a world that teaches us that the end goal is the only opportunity? The end goal is the only thing that matters. I don't like that. I don't like that for you. I don't like that for me. Here on this channel, we have a lot of good talks, and I just wanted to be real open and honest with you all. What do you think of this? People are suffering more than I've ever seen before in this nation these days. How the heck are we supposed to glue ourselves together enough just to take a single step And then when we take a single step, it's like our body is completely broken and things fall apart again. And we got to pick ourselves up and put the pieces back together just to make what? No progress? It's ultimately, like I say on this channel, about building yourself as a person and hoping that things will get better, hoping you will reach your goals, your destination, you know. But it's going to be tough. I mean, some of us, if you really think about it, we have nobody around us who supports us, no help, no foundation. I mean, especially when your foundation is not good, whether it's people, places, things, whether it's the things in our lives, whether it's, you know, the tools that we're operating with. Could be people, could be money, could be opportunities, could be skill set. We have to ultimately create that. We have to create those tools. We have to create those skill sets. We have to create those opportunities. What are we left with, guys and girls? What is the point of this whole thing? What is the point of life? You all tell me, because I get it messed up sometimes. You know, I see y'all struggling out there, and I struggle too. And I'm just asking, what is it gonna take? Is it gonna take us? Is it a matter of us shedding our entire exterior soft shell and becoming a hard-shelled exterior individual? Because the way that I see it is, you love everybody around you, and that is the core of your job. Like, that is your duty as a citizen. That is your duty as a human, is to come in contact, reach out to, love as many people as you possibly can. And regardless of how they respond, that is not on you. How they respond is not on you. Some people are going to pick up the people next to you and notice them, but they're going to completely ignore you. And some people are going to come right to you. Some people you are going to reach out to. You know, maybe you're not going to get a reaction out of them, a positive one. Maybe you're going to get a negative one. Maybe you're going to reach them. You're going to get through to them. You know, maybe they're going to respond in a way that you would never imagine, in a positive way. But regardless, I do not know what the future holds for you. I do not know what the future holds for me. I cannot sit here and plan every step of the way. All we have is the here and now. That's it. I mean, we spend so much of our lives, guys and girls, planning out the silliest things, planning out the details, planning out the parties, planning out. This is not at all me being judgmental. On this channel, we love each other. We love one another. I'm just talking to y'all right now. But as much as we plan, even if we think we've got everything figured out, life somehow finds a way to shut us down. Somehow finds a way to take the rug up under our feet and just pull it. Yes, I'm going to get to this career point in 6 months. Yes, positive vibes. Yes, I'm going to get fit in a year. Yes. I'm going to do this many push-ups a day. Yes. I'm going to drink water more often. Yes. I'm going to pay this vehicle off that I've wanted to pay off for years. I'm going to do it this year. Yes. Goals. I'm going to make this dollar amount. I'm going to get my mom and dad a new home to make sure that they're set. Help them find that, to make sure that they're in a good spot. But see, here's where I struggle. Life likes to grind the gears with us. I support you and y'all support me. The problem here we're talking about is life. And that is, it's not going to come without consequences. And life decides those consequences on life's terms. We don't get to pick what those are, what those obstacles are for us. We don't get to pick that. And I think that's where a lot of people lose understanding about this journey. We don't get to pick what those things are. We don't get to pick the people we lose in our lives along the way. We don't get to pick when it happens. We don't get to pick the rooms we decide to clean up. Sometimes we pick certain rooms in our lives. I'll use the term rooms, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Certain situations, certain what it may have you, experiences. And ultimately, get a sip of water here. Ultimately, what happens is we go to a room in our life, right? We see there's toys all over the floor. We pick the toys up. Sometimes we get to decide, okay, I'm going to focus on this one room, this one area of my life, this day. Today, I'm going to focus on this area. This month, I'm going to focus on this area. This year, we set goals, right? New Year's resolutions. We got a planner. We got a calendar. And sometimes we succeed at making a bit of progress. But tomorrow is completely unknown. That whole room could get scrapped again. Who knows? It could be, the toys could be all over the place. We could make a mess of it. Or the unknown could come in and make a mess of it. Completely out of our control, right? Some of it, like I said, is within our control. Areas we want to clean up, areas we want to work on, but other spots are not within our control. This is where I get confused. And I'm just talking at y'all. And a lot of people get confused because they see that room that they cleaned up, and then the next day it's completely obliterated. That area in their life, that project they were working on. And regardless of if it was meant to be, we could get into all that, but the real secret sauce I want to get to here is the fact that you and I need to be honest with ourselves and realize that things are not going to go down the way we want them to. And I don't honestly know what the heck is going to happen in your life and in my life, because we have these positive conversations all the time. We want to get to that headspace where nothing affects us, but that's great. But what about the difficult times? What about there's something to be recognized in the fact that it just gets to a point where life's a mess, right? We're blessed and we appreciate the little things. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. But we appreciate the struggle because we grow in the struggle. But what happens when we're just not making any progress? It gets to a point where we're getting up every day. We are grinding at these 9 to 5s or what may have you, just to get a few hours ahead. And a lot of us are living lives on a spin wheel, a hamster wheel, just running like crazy. And there's no progress being made. So I submit to you all, take this video with a grain of salt. This is not a threat, a judgmental video, you should do this, you should do that video. I am just some guy. And by the way, I am one of those people who messes up and honestly doesn't know what's going to happen next. So I'm just here to make this video to remind you all that we have to be open to the fact that there's going to be some unpleasant surprises waiting. And we have to armor up for that. But yes, at what point is too much too much? It does get to a point where it's like, man, is it ever going to get better? And I get it. Trust me. I understand. I am there with you 100%. And I know how that feels. We all have easy days and we have hard days. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I can sit here and vlog about my daily life. But nobody on the internet wants to hear about my problems at the end of the day. And if it gets views, then fantastic. That's awesome. But because ultimately views make money, and they gain attention. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about you and I and the reality. We are human. We are not some machine, some perfect machine that is just going to live and live and go and go and go and operate forever. We have a battery and it does lose charge. And sometimes we got to recharge and take a time out and really look at where we're heading. So I don't know, guys. I don't have all the answers, but it's my duty, my honor, my pleasure, my joy to come on here and have discussions with you all. And I love talking about life with you guys, but I wanted to be honest in this video because it's going to be tough. These next few weeks, these next few months, I see you grinding out there, but you're really going to fall off the rails during this time. I want y'all to understand that. Ladies and gents, you're really going to get off track, get off the road. You're going to have different evils pulling you in all directions, utilizing your skills and assets and your knowledge for their negative endeavors. Those evils are going to take control sometimes and try and pull you down. And by the way, the bad stuff that happens just on a daily basis, those are the evils, but we have to grow. I don't know if life's just about sitting here and eating crap in life that life throws us, or if we just have to like build better stuff. You know, if I'm going to go out and build my own house and I don't know anything about houses and I don't have a housing company and I don't know anything about real estate and I'm not a builder and I'm competing with all these builders, it's going to be tough to get my feet off the ground. But at the same time, we're trying not to waste our resources, what little bit we have left. So we have to plant seeds and hope and pray that maybe, just maybe one of those seeds takes off and grows. I know I'm speaking to y'all in this video. So I'm asking you today, plant a seed. No matter what it is, as long as it's good and it's something that you want to work towards and you're being a good person and you're doing the right things, you're reaching out to people around you, you're doing your duty, and this beautiful world, this messed up world, but this beautiful world to be the best you can be for yourself and to love others, I hope those seeds grow into crops. But remember, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. So just keep planting seeds. I hope that this video was good for y'all. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this whole thought process I'm going through. And I'm just speaking today. Okay? I'm bouncing all around with this video, but I love y'all and I hope this spoke to you today. But keep pushing. Keep pushing. That is the point of this video. I love y'all so much and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.